Free opinion in the restaurant. Who wants to start us? Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, Joe, I don't.
And if you can't hear the question, I'll repeat it.
All right. I will try to speak loud. All right. I don't really have a question. I want to make a comment. First of all, I love that you're my congressman. You were my congressman last time I voted for you, and I've supported you all the way through.
That deserves a handshake.
Everything that I know that you stand for is in concert with everything that I believe in. And if I had only one wish, it would be that you would not allow your words to get so corrupted and used by those who would twist them against you.
Then here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Everybody with the camera, can you please leave? See,
I know.
I can't. Look, I'm not going to. I was in front of the Tribune editorial board this morning, and they said the same thing. Boy, you're always on TV, or you're always on these YouTube commercials, and you're saying these things. And I said, look, I'm a big boy. It's not easy to run for office. It's not easy to run for office when you are pretty direct and you're outspoken. And these cameras right here are filming every word I'm saying. And then when I'm done, they're going to go home and they're going to try to take something that I said and make it sound out to be like the scariest thing in the world. So I have a choice. Do I stop? Because this is a free country. They can do whatever they want. And I don't mind it. Do I stop doing this? Stop getting in front of voters, which I don't want to do? Or do I just say, you know what? Our country's broke. We're losing our freedoms. I'm just going to keep doing it. And if they want to keep taping me, fine. There's nothing I can do to stop them, but I'm not going to stop speaking my mind. And I think the Tribune asked me, well, does it bother you that a lot of people might think you're a jerk? Go order something. And I said, you know what? Look, I know like a lot of the Democrats think I'm a jerk because I'm pretty outspoken. But I'll tell you, it's hard to go to bed every night, but when I go to bed every night, the nicest thing anybody says to me during the day is, they pull me in and they say, keep saying what you're saying. It's so nice to have one politician who says it like this. That keeps me going. That keeps me going. Look, folks, this country we love is broke, beyond broke. We are in the process right now of just handing to our kids and our grandkids a country they'll never forget us for. So I don't mind being pretty outspoken because I want to stop that. I want to stop that. That guy, Will back there, that guy back there, that's the guy that makes this country tick. And our government right now is making it too darn hard for him to make money. We got to stop that. Life's pretty short. The country's messed up. We're better than this. It's not the time to be quiet now. Now's the time to speak up. Thank you. Thought issue. Come on in, guys. Order something. Best barbecue this side of the Rio Grande.
Are those your cameras or are those cameras?
One camera is from Campaign Duckworth. Another camera.
Which one is Duckworth?
I don't know which one. Probably that one. I don't know.
Which one?
This one.
That one.
And then again, this is what happens when you have a campaign like this. Here's really the campaign. The campaign is Joe Walsh out talking to as many people as he can and listening, and Tammy Duckworth filming Joe Walsh out talking and listening to people. Tammy's going to have a lot of money, don't worry about that. And she's going to do big old commercials, don't worry about that. But I still think this is the best way to campaign and find out what people are thinking. And I'm going to try to keep getting her out. Do you know she's turned down 6 debate invitations? 6 already. Here's one. She's going to attack me for wanting to end Medicare as we know it. Do you know she turned down a debate invitation from the AARP? The AARP! She turned down their debate. That's just one of 6. Yes, sir. I'll repeat it.
All our bridges and infrastructure is over invested out.
He asked me about the transportation bill. We voted about a month or so ago on a one-year extension of the transportation bill. I voted against it. Here's why. One big reason is we Republicans pledged to do things differently in Washington. And it wasn't just a transportation bill. The Republicans did what Democrats always do. They put a transportation bill with a student loan bill and a flood insurance bill and made us vote on the whole big thing. And I said to my speaker, that's not right. I want an up and down vote on transportation, an up and down vote on student loan and flood insurance, but they put it all together. And I said, that's not the right thing to do. I'm sick of these Christmas tree bills. So that was my chief reason why. Second reason why, just the transportation part. We voted to extend transportation funding, the transportation funding for one more year. We don't want one more year. We want a 5-year reauthorization. The guys out here working on our roads and highways and bridges, they can't plan a year at a time. They need more than a year. They need 3 to 5 years. I'm all about supporting a 5-year transportation bill where the money really goes toward fixing our streets and our bridges. The third reason, a lot of that money in the transportation bill was stealing money from what should go to our highways and go into other things. It was packed chock full of other things. You put all of that together, and I just said, this is not why I came to Washington. One thing our federal government does play a role in doing is infrastructure. Absolutely, the federal government plays a role, but not that way. Do it a lot better. Give me a long-term bill that only puts money into highways and our bridges. That's what we need to do. That's why I voted against. But I know Team Duckworth will get me for it. Yes, sir.
Is there something you can do about the war on for-profit education? It seems like, if it's a for-profit college, it's no good.
Absolutely. You've got Senator Dick Durbin and a lot of Democrats who are going after for-profit schools. And it's wrong. They're going after them to protect all the other schools who don't want the competition from for-profit schools. I'm either on a letter or there's a bill in the House to protect for-profit institutions. There's absolutely a role and a place for them, and we shouldn't be going after them or discriminating against them. So I agree wholeheartedly. It's going to be a real battle next year, and I'm going to fight hard to protect them. Thank you. Other thoughts, issues, questions? Yes, sir.
I read an article today about a first line.
I want to hear that cash register. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Order things.
He's one of my best customers, by the way.
This one is? All right, you can ask a question. I don't want anybody coming in here because you think Will and I are really handsome guys. I don't want that.
Maybe they think you are.
On your way out, I want you taking stuff home. Nothing better than carry out, barbecue carry out at home. I could easily work for you. You could put me by the door and I would just sell. Yes, sir.
The article I read today, I found it quite disturbing. For nearly a month, a first-line Soviet nuclear submarine operated with complete impunity in the Gulf of Mexico.
Does everybody know this?
No.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Why did they shoot off a cruise missile? We did nothing.
I first learned or read about this, was it a couple days ago? That a Russian nuclear sub, was in the Gulf of Mexico for how long? A month. Undetected. Suffice to say, that's a pretty frightening notion. I would imagine this is something that Congress will look into pretty quickly. Yeah. That's a scary little piece of information. Needs to be investigated.
They won't do anything.
That shouldn't happen.
They won't do anything. I mean, everybody's signing it illegally, the president is signing the executive order. What are the consequences? There are no consequences for these people who are holding their responsibility and do follow those things. No consequences. How do you fire? I own a business. If somebody's not performing, I can fire them. I can get rid of them. You can't get rid of anybody.
It's awful hard. Oh, well, it's sort of like, what did Reagan say about a government program? Once you got one, it said, yeah, you can never get rid of a government program. Look, I think, and I'm only 26 years old, what do I know? Why does everybody so easily laugh at that? Nicole, is it so unbelievable that I can pass for 26?
39 maybe.
Thank you. I'm going to take it home. I believe this is the most important election in our country's history. And so there's a lot that President Obama is doing that's getting a lot of Americans upset because he's sort of doing things all on his own and sort of stepping all over that thing we call the Constitution. And I feel as angry about this as you do. Most Republicans in Washington do. But 100% of my focus right now is that way we got 90-some days or 80-some days to respectfully beat him and remove him from the White House. And I would advise that if you're in that camp, that's where all your energy should be placed. Don't think about what he's done. Don't think about any other personal issues with him that get you going. Just think about, we have to do whatever we can to beat him. And secondly, I'll say, look, and I was with Tammy Duckworth in front of the Tribune editorial board this morning, and I said to the Trib, I said, look, in many ways, this isn't about Duckworth and Walsh. It's really about who do you want running Congress? Do you want the Democrats running Congress or the Republicans? And I know there are going to be people in this district who will vote for President Obama, and I gotta hope that deep down they're thinking, okay, I lean Democrat, I like Obama, but my God, do I want him not to have any checks on him in Washington at all? If you put Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats back in charge of Congress, say goodnight. Say goodnight. Most Democrats in Washington will privately tell you that she drove Obamacare harder than Obama did. She didn't even know it was in it. So this is really an election about. That's why it's so important. What direction do you want to take this thing? If you want to go down the road where we are basically going to turn everything over to government, I don't care how much it costs, I don't care what it does to my kids and my grandkids, I don't care if it works. I just want everybody on government. If you want to go down that road, Duckworth and Obama, that's your team. One more quickie. Really important election. It's also the easiest election I can remember in years. I mean, the difference in what Tammy Duckworth believes and Joe Walsh believes is wider than this shopping mall. Same with Obama and Romney. Nobody should be confused this year about where you stand. If you want to raise people's taxes, anybody's taxes, vote for Duckworth and Obama. If you want to cut taxes and simplify the code, vote for Walsh and Romney. If you want to expand Obamacare, and as Tammy said, Obamacare didn't go far enough, you want government-run health care, vote for Duckworth, vote for Obama. If you want to repeal Obamacare, vote for Walsh and vote for Romney. I'll give you one more. And for everybody in the media here, and for Team Duckworth, I'm exaggerating to make a point. If you want to start drilling for oil out in that parking lot right now, vote for Walsh and vote for Romney. If you don't think we should be drilling for oil, keep Obama in the White House and vote for Duckworth. The differences are huge. If you're confused this year, you need help. I'll say that with a smile. You need help. Nobody should be confused this year. Thoughts, issues, questions? Right here, and then I'll go there, ma'am. Go ahead, sir.